Hello and welcome to Brett Dupree's Awesome Health Journey. I'm doing, I guess, a three-part series because I have three ideas for this part on finding my soulmate. That's what I call it because that's the course that I bought. Um, yeah. So yeah, health is also mind and heart, and dealing with relationships because who you surround yourself with has a lot to do with your mental health and your physical health, even if you surround yourself with people that you love and love you back. And yeah, your mental health will be better, and thus your physical health will be better because the better your mental health is, the better you're able to move forward. And that's one reason I'll talk about this as well. So yesterday I bought a it was a kind of find your soulmate in 28 days. It's kind of silly. It's also law of attraction. I'll get to that in a second, but the idea is I decided to do this after I did the let go thing because number one, it was cheap. It was only $22, which is fine. It was, came with a workbook, which I'm going through, going to do 28 days straight. And it comes with a workshop that he did. Um, Look at the last video on this if you want to find the guy. I'm not going to post it every time in these videos. I'm not a sponsor. If he was paying me money, maybe. But anyway, but the reason why I'm doing this is simple: is that of course I want to find someone I can spend the rest of my life with, and I want to start looking forward rather than backward. I was in the last relationship for I've known knew the person. I think I met him in 2018. I met my ex fiance in 2018 August. So it's almost 5 years of this person being in my life, and 4 years of this person being really in my life and talking on a mostly daily basis. And even though I don't want to actively look for a soulmate, look for a partner until my birthday, I want to give it kind of a year. Talk about that more tomorrow. This is more of a personal thing. I still want to set the intention in allowing that person into my life and opening my heart to finding someone. And also, since even though I am gonna wait until my birthday, if something does come around, I'm not gonna say no. I'm trying to be a hard fast rule. This is just a personal thing to allow me to heal. But anyway, I'll talk about that more tomorrow. But what I'm talking about is intention. I think setting intention for what you want is important. One thing I did learn being a life coach those many years is that a lot of people, including myself, get focused on what they don't want in life. And I truly believe on what you focus on expands. When you buy a new car, all of a sudden you see that new car everywhere because all of a sudden that new car is in your mind and it's important to look out for and you see it. But I also think that means something like even relationships. If you're more open to having a relationship and thinking to yourself, you know, I can have a good relationship, I'm open to my soulmate, you're more likely to notice subtle cues that people are giving, or more likely to have the courage to go out and ask somebody out that you want to along those lines. And of course, I'm saying that for me as well. When I'm saying you, I mean me, because that's who I'm talking about. So I wanted to get to the point where my body and mind are focused on finding somebody new to be with. And so, yeah, and one thing, if you know me, which you probably don't, because you don't watch every video, I don't like the law of attraction. I know this is a law of attraction type thing, but I don't like the law of attraction on a whole because I see it as too much individualism. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and it really discounts, especially the process I've been going through the last couple weeks of feeling a slow vibration, but accepting this low vibration, sitting in it, because I've listened to 5,000 hours of Esther Hicks. Like 3 years, like for a solid 5, 6 years, I listened to every one of her workshops. I did the $50 a month thing to get them, gave them all away a few years ago. But I had a bunch of CDs of hers, and then I manifested a way to get them onto my computer for a while. But so yeah, I listened to all of them. I read so many books. I felt I had a decent, good understanding of what it means, and it's too much negative. Being in the negative is negative, but I think it's positive to be in the negative because you need to heal that part. You need to process those emotions. Another thing you need to do is like toxic positivity. Thinking positive all the time is exhausting. We can't do it, and it leads to a lot of people having terrible mental health, and I believe me as well. trying to push the positive. I don't think on a whole it has been helpful for me mentally, to be honest. But there are things I do love about the law of attraction, which is it gives me something to do. I can't control exactly how people think of me. I can't control someone falling in love with me. That's up to them and their decision making process. But what I can do is prep my mind, prep my energy, prep my spirit for that person to do that, so I'm more receptive, and it gives me something to do. To writing down the things I want, doing meditations, getting the energy, inviting that person in. That's something I can do, and it gives me hope. And that's one thing. That's what I do love about the law of attraction. It gives you something to do on things you have not as much control over. That's the thing I don't like is it gives you this false sense of control. Like I don't control whether or not I get like someone falls in love with me. It's like one of the rules from the genie. But I can control my thought process behind it so that if when it does happen, I'm more apt to be open to it. And also I have the vibes of somebody who wants to be in a relationship because if I have the vibes of being an asshole who thinks all women are out to get me or so the incel stuff, no one wants to date them and the vibes are just icky. You can feel vibes off people. And so if I have happy, positive vibes and I'm open to and I can do a better job of seeing, even though I suck at seeing when people are hitting on me, like most people. I don't think that many people are great at it. I've learned from talking to people in the world. I think we all have our own self doubts, especially, you know, being such a big guy. It's hard for me to just need to get that in my head that, women can find me attractive even though I'm gigantic. But I'm just saying, on a whole, it gives me something to do and it makes me open to it. And it makes it so I just don't feel stuck or like, yeah. And I do recognize that the universe isn't out there putting everything in a row so my soulmate will come into my life. But I do recognize the fact that if I continue to work at it, build those vibes, um, get my mindset and looking for people who are attracted to me instead of looking at people who are not, that I'll increase the chances of me finding somebody who'd be wanting to spend the rest of their life with somebody who's silly enough to buy a two-tone Miami Dolphins jersey for way too much money because it is very weird looking and it made him laugh. And I love this jersey so much. And someone would do videos online and all the things that make me me. Find someone that loves me for me. Even though I'm not a prima donna. I think his name is Steve. Whatever. That song. Anyway, this is it. Like and subscribe. This is my like and subscribe dance. You like it? You know you like it. You know you want me. I know that's stealing stuff from community channel. Anyways, like and I'll shut up.